Good morning, YouTube. How you guys doing today? So the long-awaited Steve Harvey and Monique interview has finally surfaced. Everybody's talking about it. First thing I want to say about it, and I'm going to play, there are two parts of the interview. I'm going to play both clips for you guys. But first, let me say, did y'all catch Game here? Let me tell you what Game was in case you didn't catch it. Now, we know that Steve Harvey's show has been going down the drain for years, right? We also know that it's rumored that Steve Harvey is bucking for the Wendy Williams spot, right? Because Wendy Williams clearly has allowed, I'm sorry, I can't talk, y'all. It's early, I ain't had no coffee. But she's clearly allowed her husband, her abusive husband, to destroy her career, right? So anyway, somebody put out to the blogs, gave an exclusive to one of the blogs. I think it was one of these bloggers on YouTube that Monique allegedly threatened to slap Steve Harvey. And Steve Harvey said, peep game now, that if you slap me, Monique, your husband and me, we're going to have to come out here and square up. Well, that was clearly a lie, because none of that went on this interview. It was clearly just, the whole illusion, a lie to get the show trending. Because Steve Harvey ain't had this much talk about his show in years, himself or his show. Okay, because it was clearly a setup to get everybody to watch the show, number one, right? And number two, it was also a setup because they wanted Steve Harvey, because he's one of the gatekeepers in Hollywood, one of the black Hollywood gatekeepers. They wanted him to come out publicly and chastise Monique, okay? And make her know that she needs to apologize to Oprah, Tyler, and Lee Daniels, because they are also very powerful black gatekeepers. Because she haven't said nothing wrong against the truly powerful people in Hollywood. Her fight is with other black people, okay? But they need these people behind Tyler Perry and Oprah and Steve Harvey and all of them. They want these black folks to fix it. They want them to fix it, because they are losing money, okay? They are losing money, number one, because Monique is not going to bow down. She is unapologetic in what she said, because Steve Harvey even admits that all of them said she did nothing wrong, okay? But Steve Harvey is saying now, I'm sorry, Monique, for not speaking up for you publicly. I didn't speak up for you publicly because it ain't what you said, it's how you said it. Basically, you didn't shuck and jive enough. You didn't finesse the situation enough. And that's why you blackballed right now. Okay? And a lot of people are taking sides. Of course, I'm on Monique's side. But I also, to a certain degree, not the shucking and jiving part, but to a certain degree, I understand what Steve Harvey is saying. He's basically saying, don't hate the player. Don't hate the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Basically is what he's saying. I'm sorry, y'all got that mixed up. I can't never get it right. But anyway, he's saying it ain't what you said. It's how you said it, basically. So anyway, let me play these two parts of the interview. And I might interject and pause it and say what I got to say, okay? During the course of these two interviews. So anyway, let's get started. Hold on.
Monique, man, I'm telling you,
baby, he be saying it like I'm a problem.
Oh, you have been a problem.
Well, Steve, okay.
What was it? Let's go.
Let's go.
You started getting labeled as difficult.
Yes.
Why do you believe that happened? And do you see that changing, and why?
I got labeled as difficult, my husband and I. And my husband is Sydney, who happens to be my manager. We got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. Now, I said no to some very powerful people. I said no to Oprah Winfrey. I said no to Tyler Perry. I said no to Lee Daniels. And I said no to Lionsgate. And the difficulty came in when people that look like me, like Oprah, Tyler, Lee Daniels, and I got to put my brother Steve on the list. Y'all knew I was not wrong. Each one of you said to me, Monique, you're not wrong. And when I heard you go on the air and you said, my sister done burned too many bridges, and there's nothing I can do for her now. Steve, do you know how hurt I was?
Simone, now let me give you this. Because you and I had this conversation, I thought you went about it wrong. See, I felt that you had done yourself a disservice by the way you chose to go about it.
Tell me how I went about it.
I was cool with you, with your deal with Netflix. I was cool with you. The two problems that we had, number one, the boycott of Netflix,
yes.
we never gave people a point of action. Okay, if we're going to boycott, are we going to not get subscriptions? Are we going to turn it off? Or are we going to go down there and get signs? The second point, what was coming to me was, this problem that you had in Netflix is rich people problems. Because they looking at us going, you talking about you didn't get millions. Well, you got this, you ought to be cool.
But when you say, Mo, it's the way you went about it. And I want to explain that, and I thank you for saying that. Inequality is devastating, and it's extreme. And when people said, Monique, do you think calling a boycott was extreme? You damn right. But isn't inequality extreme? So we've got to get to a place where we're unafraid to say it out loud. Okay. What I would have loved, what I would have appreciated from my brother was had you picked up the phone before you went on the air and said, Monique, you've burned too many bridges and there's nothing I can do. See, I would have appreciated had my brother called me up and said, baby, let's talk. Because you doing that was a part of me being difficult.
But not before that, though.
Yes, baby.
Remember the moment on stage.
Just let me say that Monique is telling Steve that you hurt me. You hurt me because as a black man, as a mentor, you would not stand up for me against these other black people, against a Tyler Perry, against a Oprah, against a Lee Daniels. And they all know I did nothing wrong because you all said I did nothing wrong. But because y'all scared of the people behind us, but because y'all are so afraid of ruffling feathers, of ruffling the feathers of the people that own us, you was too scared to stand up for me. And it hurt my feelings. And when she had said that and done all of that stuff, it was then too late for her to backtrack. And Monique is more worried about her legacy. She is unapologetic for what she said, in part because she said and did nothing wrong. And these gatekeepers told her that she said and did nothing wrong. It's just the way that she went about it. The ego. She bruised too many egos. Not to mention the fact that them black folks know that she was telling the truth because they don't value black actors and entertainers in in Hollywood the way that they value the Anglo actors and entertainers, because black actors and entertainers are paid far less than their worth. And Monique is just tired of being paid far less for her worth. She knows her worth. She has pride. And she wants pride, dignity, and respect because that is owed to her. Respect, pride, and dignity is due to a dog. And she's tired of it. And she said, I done had enough and I ain't taking it no more. And Steve said, it ain't what you said, it's how you said it. I don't appreciate him trying to mute her because when he's cutting her off, if you'll notice, it's very misogynistic. It's very authoritative. And he ain't the one to be trying to exude no authority over nobody. Because you shucking and jiving and kissing the white man's ass, basically. So anyway, let's continue.
Oh, yes.
See, now that
was
right
a wonderful moment.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, my goodness.
No, it wasn't.
That was one of those moments.
See, no, it wasn't.
That Richard Pryor whispered in my ear and said, say it. You say it.
Richard
because
Pryor did not tell
you
to say that.
Yes, he did. Oh, baby. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I do not regret, as I said on the Steve Harvey show, I do not regret one moment of that night on that stage.
No, in case you don't know, Mo told Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Lee Daniels to suck her private parts.
Not my private parts.
Well, you said if I had one, I want them three to suck my private parts.
Yeah.
It wasn't private parts on stage. So now, then I went, I quit breathing. I quit breathing for you.
I didn't.
What happened to you, Mo, was when you made that statement, the narrative got flipped. It wasn't about Netflix no more. It wasn't about Netflix no more. The attention was all off of where we needed to go. Huh?
That was before Netflix.
So good. So now when you bring up Netflix, it doesn't get no win, but you done just said this to these three people. And these three people, not because they're powerful, but because of who they've come. And what happens is, I told you, We can't cure darkness with more darkness.
Right.
What we can do is cure.
What he's saying was, it ain't, I understand what you were saying, and I understand the text in which you were saying it, Monique. But what you did, when you made that very public, very ignorant statement, you rendered your stance mute. You muted what you had to say. You was right in what you were saying. You was right in fighting for your worth. But when you made that very ignorant statement, and it went all the way around the world, it went viral, you muted your argument. You muted your argument via ignorance. That is what he's trying to tell her. You didn't finesse that situation correctly. You flew all off the handle because you had the husband, and I forget his name, in the ear, and you just did that. And it was wrong because you muted your stance. It ain't what you said, it's how you said it. So let's continue.
With comedy. And what I'm not going to do, Steve, I'm never, ever going to waver from my comedy show on that stage. Right. That's my gift, and that's my freedom. Right. And what happens is when you allow people to start taking your freedom and your gift and making it become what makes them comfortable, we then lose. When you called me with the morning show on the phone, I said to you...
Let me just say, now, Monique know good and well that freedom ain't free, okay? Freedom is not free. And since we don't run nothing in this country, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it, okay? So let's continue. I just want to put that little part in there right there.
Steve, my family is suffering behind this. And y'all know I did nothing wrong. Y'all know my husband did nothing wrong. But none of y'all in real time, was strong enough to go publicly and say, we can't throw our sister under the bus.
Because, Mo, listen to me. We fighting two wars here.
What war?
There's two wars. It's what your issue is, and it's what the perception of the issue is, and the narrative has changed.
See, I'm hearing what you're saying, baby, and I agree with it when the narrative changes. But if all of y'all said, this is the only issue I have with it, baby, when all of y'all said privately, to include Oprah, all of y'all said privately, I've done nothing wrong.
When you tell the truth, you have to deal with the repercussions of the truth. We black out here. We can't come out here and do it any kind of way we want to. Listen to me. Your husband can't be the Sydney that he really is out here.
Let me tell you something.
That flexing, we got to flex a different way. We out here in a game. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This the money game.
But
we in the money game. And you cannot sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. You cannot help them.
We're in the money game. But let me tell you what the game is before the money game. Before the money game, it's called the integrity game. And we've lost the integrity worrying about the money.
But Mo,
wait a minute.
If I crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble. I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement. There are ways to win the war in a different way.
Let me just say that not only Monique felt sorry when Steve Harvey said, if I can't play this game, basically, because if I stand up for myself and I exude my pride as a black man and I let you guys know that I know my worth, I'm scared that my family is going to starve. I'm scared that we're going to be put back into the poorhouse. Okay, and when he said that, I felt that so deeply because, see, Steve Harvey is a perfect example of a black man that has lived his whole life in America bound down to the white man. Bound down to white supremacy racism. And I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. He is the example of what so many young, pride-filled black men rail against. So when you hear these young people on here saying Steve Harvey is cooning and shucking and jiving, this is what they're talking about. But what they're saying is a black man older than them that has lived in America all of his life. And he done learned that the only way I can make it in this world is if I kiss these people butt. So I'm going to have to swallow my pride. And I'm going to have to swallow my dignity. And I'm going to have to swallow my self-respect so that I can garner just a little bit of generational wealth in hopes that my children will do better. But in swallowing your pride, your dignity, and respect, what you're doing is you're showing them exactly what not to do. And Monique is saying she's not willing to swallow her pride, her dignity, and respect because she is more worried about her legacy, even more than the money, even more than her generational wealth. She wants her legacy to be to her children and to a lot of young people that I stood up to the man because I know my worth. I know my value, and I'm not going to let you treat me like a slave. I'm not going to let you roll all over me and make me bow down and kiss your feet for a few scraps that you throw off the table. Because I ain't your dog. And that is what Monique is saying. And that is that's what Steve Harvey wishes that he could do. You know, and he doesn't know even how to relate to Monique and her dealing with her legacy. He simply doesn't know how to. He can't fathom that. He can't even fathom that as a black man, and it's so sad. But anyway, let me play the second part, if I can, to this interview for you guys, okay? Like, I really feel bad for Steve Harvey and a lot of black men like him, you know? And I feel bad, and I feel Monique's pain because I cannot imagine me looking to my black man, my black mentors, my elders, to protect me, and I'm out here all by myself having to protect myself. Yeah, she got Sidney, the husband, in her ear, but he is worthless in this situation because he is not the talent. This is Monique's career. This is not Sidney's career. So he can amen her and pat her on the back in the background all he wants to. It don't make a difference. He is not the talent. But anyway, let me try to play the second part for you guys. Hold on.
Before Salesforce, we had, I could not even tell you, maybe 100 different systems. Oh, now we
Here with my sister Monique, and we're getting real. Come on, so listen to me. Here is what I want you to understand about this whole thing.
Yes.
As we try to come through this, because what I want really is for you to come through, because I know who you really are. And so what I want you to do is come through this with a different way. Because you, Monique, you my girl. I love you like a sister. I hate what's happening to you. I hate what they're saying that's not true. I want them to know that you are Carrie, that you're a great mother, that you are incredible talent. I don't like the fact that you've been blackballed. You can be unblackballed. You too talented to have to worry about all this where the next one coming from. I want this to end for you.
Well, listen.
I want it to end for you, Monique, because I love you. Because these people are doing it the wrong way, and you better than that. You are better than that. I probably should have called you as soon as, but I didn't. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I didn't. When I did call you, I listened to you. But I began telling you at the very beginning, I think we're going about this the wrong way. Now, we keep saying stuff in the interim that keeps just making it worse. Hollywood know you talented.
But it's making it worse for who?
It's making it worse.
For who?
Okay, if you think it's cool, then it's cool.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's not cool, Mo.
For who?
It's not cool.
For who?
The fact that we're sitting here arguing like this.
We're not arguing.
Okay, we're discussing.
You and your sister, we having a conversation and mommy and daddy ain't here right now, and I'm getting ready to punch you in your mouth. That's the conversation. Bam, bam. Right. I think what happens, though, is I've had to understand.
See, everybody took that little statement right there and ran with it. And she didn't mean that in a derogatory way. What she was saying, make it hard for who? Because this is me and you, two black people, a black man and a woman, sister and brother talking right now. So the only people that we really making it hard for is mommy and daddy. And mommy and daddy is these moguls behind these black gatekeepers. Because the only thing that the moguls, the ones behind Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey and Lee Daniels and Steve Harvey, the only thing they want these black people to do is stop fighting and make up with each other so that they can keep making their money. Okay, because you best believe, I don't know if I said it or not, but you best believe that there are movies on the shelf right now in Hollywood that can't be made without Monique. Okay? Because if you don't have somebody like Monique, who is ultra talented, Oscar winner, at the top of her game, an extraordinary comedian, an extraordinary dramatic actress. You can't give that role to somebody like a Tiffany Haddish because the movie is going to flop. So they need these black people, these gatekeepers, to make up with Monique. And they need Monique to make up with them. So these people behind these black gatekeepers can continue to make their money. But Monique saying, I'm not bowing down. I'm not flinching. I am unapologetic in my stance. Because you will treat me with pride, dignity, and respect because I know my worth. And you will not make me apologize for my legacy, for my taking a stance, because people are looking at me. The future is looking at me. And when you see somebody like Monique have to stand alone, it is so sad, because that is what we black women more often than not have to do, is stand alone. Because our black men, some of our black men like Steve Harvey and a Lee Daniels and a Tyler Perry, they are too afraid to take a stand. And unless we unite and take a stand together, things are always going to be this way. Always. And that is what Monique is saying. And her feelings is hurt. And we got flim-flammed out of thinking that Monique and Steve Harvey was going to fight because they love each other. Her feelings was hurt. He trying to apologize and save face, but he also want her to fix it because they want him to fix it, you know. And they want Monique to put on her actor's hat and apologize, you know, basically fake it till you make it, publicly apologize to Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels, so she can continue making these white folks money, because these white folks don't care nothing about these black folks and their egos. They just care about making these movies so they can make $1. And Monique, and basically she like, cool, but pay me what I'm worth, because I'm not picking all this cotton and making no money no more. Y'all gonna have to pay me what I'm worth. And they scared of Monique because she's setting an excellent example. Excellent example as to how you're supposed to conduct yourself. Because you have to demand your respect. You have to demand it. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you willingly. You have to demand it. And when you know your worth, and when you don't bow down, you are demanding your respect. And that makes people like Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, and Steve Harvey, and Lee Daniels scared. Because they done got comfortable, and they don't want to fight. They just want to get along to get along. They just want to shuck and jive and tap dance around issues because they done got comfortable. And they done brought Steve Harvey out here like, look, man, if you fix this, you might get the Wendy Show spot. We know your show is going down the drain. We might extend it for a couple of years, even though it ain't crap. Even though I ain't worried about it, because look at what we're doing. We got you trending right now. All you got to do is get on your show and make Monique bow down. You're a black man. You ought to be able to make this black woman bow down. Okay? That's what they want him to do. But anyway, let me finish out this interview for you guys, and I'll come back to close, okay?
And how to agree to disagree without being upset. And that's the thing. I disagree with my brother. I'm not upset with you. I love you. I disagree with the way Oprah, Lee, and Tyler did it. Cool. But I love them.
I'll give you that. Now, guess what we need to do to move forward and fix this?
Come on.
These people owe you an apology. You owe those people an apology. Then we can move forward. Mo, listen to me. You are valuable to us all. You are valuable to Tyler Perry. You are valuable to Oprah, to Lee Daniels. We can't do this without talent. See, me and you, we talent. They can't do this without us. You take us out of Hollywood, they have to close some doors around here. It is not the same without us.
Yes.
You are too valuable. I don't want to lose your gift to the world.
You won't.
Because we're trying to prove a point when we can prove the point by doing it in a more loving way. That's all I want, man.
I absolutely agree with you. 100%. The only way I know how to do it is loving. Okay. Because that's all that's in my heart.
Okay.
Now, when I say it, you may not like how I say it.
Yes, but see, if it's in your heart,
yes.
Love sound like love.
Yes. Yes.
See, that's what. So,
yes.
So if it don't sound like it when you say it, that's cause it ain't. So this is what we're gonna close out like this.
Before we finish this, just let me say, I understand what Monique is going through when it comes to the how you say things. You know, because I love my family. I love all of you. I love my black people because I love everybody. Black people, everybody. Some people might think I come across as a little crash and a little harsh, but it's always love. It's tough love, but it's love. But if you don't understand me, you're going to think it's anger and it's bitterness, but really, no, it's love. It's chastisement because that's how I was raised. I showed my love by being truthful and honest to you. That's how I show my love and my respect to you. And a lot of people get that confused about me. A lot of people get that confused about Monique. She don't hate nobody. She love you. She love you enough to tell you when you wrong. Because if I truly say I love you, how can I not correct you when you wrong? How's that love? And that's one thing that Steve Harvey don't understand. So he's saying, I want you to water everything you said down and apologize to the gatekeepers because these white folks need us to make up with each other, mend our bruised egos, because the only thing she need to apologize for is telling Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah to suck her imaginary body part. Okay? That's the only thing that she need to apologize for, and everything will be kosher, because nothing else that she said was wrong, and they even said she wasn't wrong. So basically, it ain't what she said, it's how she said it. So say you're sorry, fake it till you make it, grit your teeth when you said it, because these folks need us to continue to make this money, because you're making us all look bad, Monique, basically, is what they saying. So I'm going to finish this out. This time, for real, finish the interview out. Let him say a little more. Lord Jesus, God bless him. A little more, whatever you got to say, and we're going to come back to close, okay?
Try and arrange. I'm going to do my best to get the conversations that need to be had between you and these people so you can hear from them. I'm going to then ask them would they say it publicly for the benefit of everybody so you can get the release that you need. Then I'm going to ask you to tell these people and apologize for some bashing you done. I know you don't think you did none, but you did. And when everybody can come to that, then I think there's a chance for it to move. I love you, Mo. I'm glad you came to see me. Looking back on it, I should have picked up the phone and called you more readily.
I appreciate it.
I probably should have done that. Just looking on it, that's probably what I should have did.
That's all I wanted.
But I didn't. So now I'm here and moving forward. As your big brother, I just want to help you, Mo. I swear to God, I didn't come here to bash you. I love you. I wish you well. And let's heal this thing and move forward so the world can see how great we all are. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
Okay, y'all, that's pretty much the end of the interview. Wow, you know what I mean? But even though I find it fascinating that even though Monique is blackballed for Hollywood, she has a very lucrative Vegas residency because her talent can't be denied. Do you see what I'm saying? Because what God has for you at the end of the day is for you, no matter what nobody say, no matter how they try to hold you down for speaking your truth. What God has for you is for you. And when one door closes, he going to open another one for you. Because see, Vegas and Hollywood is two different things. Always has been. So Vegas is like, well, okay, y'all don't want her. We want her. Okay? And that's making Hollywood nervous. Because like, hold up. We need her to make some more money for us. But see, evidently Vegas, it knows her worth, appreciates and respects her worth, and is willing to pay her for her worth and her talent. Because she has become the first black comedian, not just the first black female comedian, the first black comedian to garner such a lucrative Vegas residency. The first female black comedian and the first black comedian to headline such a lucrative Vegas residency. Such a lucrative one. There have been others before her, but none have garnered this much press. And they've never had a Monique. She's the first. She's the first to do this. And I think that says a lot to Hollywood. And Hollywood is telling Oprah, Tyler, and Lee Daniels, whatever you got to do, I'm going to need you to fix this. Because we need Monique back. Because there are movies on our shelves growing dust on them because somebody like a Tiffany Haddish can't stand and toe the rope for Monique. There is no other Monique. So love her or hate her, you gotta respect her. You know. And poor Steve Harvey, just, God bless him. You see what I'm saying? That's a conversation for another day. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got. Excuse me. Like, share, subscribe. And let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Let's get the conversation started. You know. And look at the bigger picture. Look at what Steve's saying and look at what Monique is saying. And truly tell me what you feel about it. Now, when your emotion is going to say real fast that Steve Harvey is cooning, shucking, and jiving, which is the truth. That's absolutely the truth. Your emotion is going to say Monique is right. She should be unapologetic. She should continue her stance. She don't need to bow down to nobody. Which that is true as well. But let's look at the middle part. Let's look at maintaining your stance and doing it in a way that won't make your point null and void. You know, because when she launched that ad hominem, that very distasteful ad hominem attack, when she launched that attack on them on that stage by telling them to suck her imaginary private part that she don't have anyway, when she said that, it rendered her stance. It made all her points null and void by that one little comedy skit that she said. So Steve is also saying, in essence, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So I want you guys to think about that and comment on it. You know, logically think about it. Critically think about it. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. And until next time, oh, and happy Valentine's Day. So till next time, I love you guys. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Peace.